Well, today it's mid-February. We have some great weather, good looking sun out there today, not too cold, and no rain. We won't have any rain for a couple of days. So I'm taking advantage of this. I'm going to take a drive up north of Sacramento into the area around Woodland and show you a little bit of what things look like up there. So we're gassed up and ready to start our trip. We'll be taking a ride up through Elkhorn Boulevard out to the freeway, and then on to Woodland. Going on to 99 now. Saw that highway patrolman sitting there at the on-ramp waiting to catch those guys speeding down this road. We'll be taking the 5 north towards Redding, and we'll be going past the Sacramento International Airport. Looks like the traffic's built up quite a bit on the left-hand side over there. I might have to take another way home. Don't know what's going on. Sac Airport's off to the right. There is another way that I can get home, and that is to cut across and go down 99. So we're going to be going over the bridge now, Sacramento River. Then when we get down the bridge, they'll be on the bypass that goes across the area where the flood waters collect. It gets real windy on this bridge. Climb quite a ways into the air. You can see the river down there, or maybe you can't. front of us, all that water is not river, that's overflow from the river. It's designed to keep Sacramento from flooding. The water will flood out the areas around Sacramento and collects all the water. Then during the summertime they shut the bypass off and it'll all dry out. Not sure why, but it gets really windy on this bypass as well. So all this water is just backwater from the river. So we're into Woodland now, and I was going to kind of stop and drive around a little bit, but since I have to take 99 back, and it's a pretty good ways further down, I'm just going to go ahead and drive all the way up and hit 99 and go down. So I got the bike set on cruise. That little road there shows the road in front of me, just like in a car. And when any cars get in front of me, it'll either slow me down or stop me completely. I don't have to touch the brake or hit the gas or anything like that. So we're driving through a little town called Dunnigan right now. And back off to the left, way back out there on the horizon, you see the mountains coming up. We're not going to go that far up. This ride is ending up being quite a bit longer and further than I had originally planned. But that kind of happens when you're on a bike. We have a nice little view of the mountains. Snow on top of the taller ones. Well, I've come to a stop at a rest area, is this ride's getting to be a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought I better give my butt a rest and take in the sights. Well, it was a nice little rest stop. Got a chance to visit with this older fellow. I don't know if he's old as me, but he was an old guy too, and he's a Harley rider. The Harley guys really love those bikes. But he said, I don't have a real problem with BMW guys. He says, my brother has one. He's done a lot of traveling too. He's crossed the country several times and up north all the way into Canada and stuff. And he's a biker. Like I told him, I said I only got on this bike to take a ride to Woodland, which would have been about a 25-mile round trip. And I said I couldn't stop. I've traveled over 100 miles so far, and I'm still headed north. Probably pretty soon I should be coming to 99, and then I'll take 99 back home. But the short little ride has turned out to be something a little more than I expected, and a lot more enjoyable than I thought it would be. Well, I didn't realize that going to 99 was going to take me like over 300 miles. I really didn't want to go that far, so I turned around on 5, and I'm coming back through 5. And since I'm doing that, I thought I'd stop in at Woodland anyway. I haven't been to Woodland before, and it's kind of they say it's supposed to be a historical spot here somewhere. But I suppose every spot is historic to some extent. But we'll see what Woodland looks like. He wasn't too friendly. Usually the bikers are pretty friendly to each other. We all kind of share the same enjoyment. I definitely just love being on the bike. Give me a choice of being on the bike or laying on the beach, I'm going to choose the bike. I don't know where to go here. This kind of a cute little town from some of the areas that I see here. some kind of a thing, like an Indian church or something. Well, I had to make a stop and change my battery. The battery did pretty well. It's taken care of through most of the trip. It is hooked to the bike. I do get a little charge from it, but not enough to run the camera and the microphone at the same time. So we've seen woodland, and I think we're gonna head on our way back to Sacramento here. So we are back on the freeway. We're about 35 miles outside of Sacramento. I'm hoping that by the time I get back there, that big traffic backlog will be gone. But we'll see. Well, it doesn't look like I'm missing that traffic, because we're just right now just a little bit outside Woodland. We got probably about 15 miles to go, and the traffic is heavy, very heavy, and it just started right now. So we might have a long ride here ahead of us, or not a long ride, a long wait. Oh well, you know, a ride is a ride. You have to sit a little bit, that's not a problem. So we're back at the area where the flood backup is, the yellow pass here. Get a shot of that water and stuff. It goes quite a ways down and quite a ways up. If you didn't have that, you'd have all that water sitting on the streets of Sacramento. That wouldn't be any fun. Sacramento used to get flooded quite a bit. Old Sacramento, back in the old days, they got flooded quite a bit, and they raised the buildings in old Sacramento up. They built them all up and above ground, and raised the ground so that they'd be above the river. So you can still go into Sacramento and go down into those areas and tunnels under the city where the old Sacramento, real Sacramento, used to be. It's pretty cool. When you go to old Sacramento, all those buildings are up about 12 feet from where they were when they were first built. We'll be coming up on the bridge here shortly, and we'll be going over the Sacramento River. And surprisingly, we're moving pretty well. I mean, we're doing 60 miles an hour right now. That's not bad. That's a lot better than sitting on the hill, coasting and waiting. And we're crossing over the river. Off to the left there, we see the airport. So traffic's moving pretty good. I always remember when I get into the heavy traffic. When I was a kid going to high school, I played in the band, and after the games, you know, half the town shows up to the football games, and after the games, you would have these massive traffic jams, people trying to get out of the area and get home. And I used to think that was bad. Then I came down here and found out what traffic is really like. That what I was looking like a temporary little moderate traffic problem. The traffic jams up here are big, and they last for miles. Quite different. So we're coming up on 99. I get off of Highway Interstate 5 and get onto 99 to get home. Otherwise, it would take me down into the city, into some really heavy traffic that I really don't want to hit. So going off this way, we can bypass all the freeway stuff. Especially now, it's 4 o'clock, so the traffic's going to be really heavy around downtown Sacramento, and the freeways alongside Sacramento. Got a little crazy there trying to get onto the freeway. See, in California, merging traffic, they're supposed to let merging traffic in. It's even against the law not to let merging traffic in. But the only problem is that Californians, it's okay if you merge, just don't try to do it in front of me. You got to be behind me. Then I'll let you in. It's a little insane, but it's not too bad once you get used to this kind of life. Of course, I am kind of hoping that when I buy my fifth wheel trailer and move out of town a little bit, that maybe I can get away from this stuff a little. So now I'm on a levee road. Usually floods on my right hand side over here, and it's good because they grow rice. A lot of rice out here. It's a narrow little road, kind of the country just outside of town. Roads are a little rough. When it says 45, they kind of mean that's what you got to be doing. Kind of a neat little ride. Well, we're coming back into civilization. I started on my little short bike trip at a little after 12 this afternoon. Right now it's 4:11. So we spent a little time on the bike today. I needed it. Well, we're at home. Ride's over. It was a nice day, nice ride. Really had a good time. Planning my next trip. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going north or south. It depends on the weather, I guess. If it's not too bad north, I'm going to head up through Idaho and stop in Boise and visit some relatives, and then on up through Kalispell and Lewistown, and head over to Washington this time. Probably go to Spokane and head down the coast highway through Oregon and down along the California coast. I haven't gotten down the coast of California much, and Oregon is so beautiful. I think I want to try it again. It just looks so, it was just incredible. Then after that, probably Phoenix, and then I'll come back up through the Grand Canyon in Nevada. So, all exciting, lots of good stuff to look forward to this summer.